Hey folks, hope you're doing excellent today. We are going to be running our workshop on how to generate 50 to 100 leads every single week in your coaching company with freebies. Okay, so this is going to be all about how to use freebies. And just so everyone's clear, I use the term freebies or lead magnets or value pieces all interchangeably. And so we're going to be diving into how to use these. Number one, actually, how to think about them, how to create them properly, and then how to use freebies on your social media every single week so that you can be generating more leads for your business. So I know there's always a lot of you that check out the replay afterwards. So if you're watching the replay, please go ahead and comment down below the word replay. I'm gonna also just pull this up on my computer so that I can see all of your beautiful faces and not your faces, don't worry, I can't see your faces, but I can see all the comments. So hope you folks are having a fantastic day. So I actually did this training for a different school just recently, and I was really excited about this because a lot of people aren't even using freebies. They're not even using lead magnets. And so I wanted to come on here and really just help you understand, number one, how to create the right type, but then number two, how to actually make sure that you can actually promote them properly, because if you don't even promote them properly, we still can't get them as clients, okay? So let's dive in, folks. So the first thing that I actually wanted to go over is, why do we use freebies? Why do we use lead magnets in our businesses? And I actually wanted to explain this to you in a little bit of a pathway structure, okay? Because basically you have three types of leads. You have people who are in what we call the fast lane. We have people that you're in the slow lane, and then we have leads who are in the sidewalk, okay? So the fast lane, and actually go ahead, comment this down below, folks. Comment down below, fast lane. So the people who are in the fast lane on social media, these leads, they are looking to buy today, basically, okay? So the fast lane, so a good example of this is the other day I woke up and I had a crazy bad toothache, right? My tooth was just killing me the other day. And guess what? I was not looking for some dentist's freebie, okay? I was looking for a solution to my pain right here, right today, okay? So people in the fast lane actually don't need a freebie. They don't need a lead magnet to buy from you. And so these are not the people that we're talking to when we're actually promoting our freebies or using a freebie strategy. So the fast lane people is not that. But here's the truth. Only about 5% of your audience is going to be in the fast lane. If you have 1,000 followers, that's only 50 people. So you do still want to market to those people every single week, but it's actually not as important because, well, no, it is important, but there's not as many people as are in what we call the slow lane, okay? So let me know if this is making sense so far. So we have the fast lane, which is 5% of your audience, and these are the people who, like, you need to make a post around, like, hey, if you want to, maybe it's like gain 10 pounds of muscles, or if you want to do X, Y, and Z, like, comment right now. So the fast lane is for those people. The slow lane is where over 50% of your audience is, right? And this is a big thing to understand. The slow lane is people who they know they kind of have a problem. They're kind of looking for a solution, but they're not extremely motivated yet. Okay? They don't feel like they need to make a buying decision like right here, right now. So this is the group of people that we create freebies for. Okay? So the fast lane is like, basically, I have a toothache in the morning. I'm calling any dentist. I don't care if they got 3 stars. I don't care if they got 4 stars. I don't care if they got 5 stars. I don't care. I just need a dentist. The middle lane is like, if I knew like I needed to get like a teeth surgery down the road. Let's say I needed to get a teeth surgery in 6 months or whatever it is. I'd probably look at the different dentists. I'd probably price compare them a little bit. I'd maybe even look at the reviews a little bit. And if one of them had like a freebie or a lead magnet that was like interesting for me to find out more about them, I'd probably grab it, okay? So that's the main group of people. So fast lane, they're ready to buy, don't need nurturing. The slow lane, and everyone comment down below, slow lane, is where most of the people are problem aware. They're looking for a solution, but they're kind of looking at their options. That's where 50% of your audience is. And the other like 40, 45% is on the sidewalk. And these are people who don't even know that they have the problem yet that you solve. They don't even know that they should be looking for a solution, and you shouldn't actually be marketing to them because they need to come into their own realizing things and get into the slow lane before your marketing should pick them up, okay? So freebies are so critically important because they take a massive amount of people, 50% of your audience, and they turn them from slow lane people to fast lane people. That's the whole point of the freebies, of the lead magnets, of the value pieces. Is this making sense so far? Comment down below yes, or just hit me some hearts on the side. I love to see the hearts fly on the screen. That makes me know that you guys are actually paying attention. So freebies are taking that big group in the middle and turning them from basically what we call like warm leads to hot leads. Now, there's a couple different types of freebies. So I'm going to go through the different types of freebies that there are, and then I'll go through a little bit with you of like how you can create these. And then number two, the more important thing is how do you promote them and get them out there, okay? So who we got? We got Sonia on here. We got Eliza. Who else have we got on here? Go ahead, comment down below. I want to see all your beautiful names down there. I don't see your faces, but I see your names. So basically, let's talk about the different types of freebies. So we have what we call the sample freebie. We also have the problem aware freebie. And then also we have the case study freebie, okay? These are a couple different freebies. And then the last one is actually, it is problem creation freebie, okay? And I'll go through these one at a time. So a sample freebie is very self-explanatory. You're basically giving someone a sample of what it's like to work with you. Okay, so if you gave like a free coaching call, or like some gyms will have like come try out our gym 7 days for free, or at Costco they'll have like try out like a little sample like piece of this food so that you like it enough that you'll want to buy it, right? Hey Megan, hope you're doing well. Glad that you're joining us here today. So the sample freebie is super obvious, right? It's just like, hey, try this out. If you like the sample, you're going to love working with us, right? So that's a very easy freebie. So you can create that. That's for people who are like looking at different options. And if they sample your program and they're like, hey, this is amazing, I love it, they're going to pick yours, okay? So we have the sample type of freebie. Anyways, comment down below the word sample. I want to make sure that you guys are listening. So comment it down below. So that's the first one. The second one is what we call a problem creation freebie, okay? So this is actually a freebie that solves one problem and creates another. Let me give you an example of this. So a couple of weeks ago, I ran a workshop on how to grow your audience on Instagram by 100 to 200 followers per week, okay? So I just went in depth on this workshop. Guess what happened? A bunch of, maybe some of you, and some of the people probably watching the replay, they took my advice. They've been messaging me saying, Ruben, I'm getting so many followers on Instagram, but guess what's happening? They're getting tons of followers, but they don't know how to get them as clients. And they're like, Ruben, I have so many new followers. I just don't know how to turn them into clients. Guess what I did? That workshop was a problem creation freebie where I solved one of the problems for them, but I know that there's multiple problems left to be solved. Because great, you have more followers coming in. You don't know how to convert them into clients. You also don't know how to retain them as clients. You also don't know how to get referrals. You also don't know how to do all these other things. So I solved one thing for you to prove to you that I got the goods, basically. Now you trust me to solve the next problems for you. So that's a problem creation freebie, okay? So you can think of something that basically, like let's say you solve 4 problems for your ideal client. Well, solve one of them for them and they'll realize that they need help for the other types of things. So that's a great type of freebie, a great type of lead magnet because it builds this internal trust with people. Because one of the important things, and this is actually such a good frame to actually understand freebies by, is that people will always spend their time with you before they spend their money with you. I'm going to say that one more time. People will always spend their time with you before they spend their money. Now, the first thing is, if people aren't even taking the time to digest your freebies or your lead magnets, they're not valuable enough for people's time. People are literally saying, my time is worth too much to check out your freebie. So your freebies need to be worth enough that people, frankly, your people showing up for this workshop here today, right? You found it valuable enough to spend time digesting this content today. But people will spend their time first, and if they get a reward for spending their time, they will then spend their money further in that business. Okay, that's how freebies work. And so, anyways, I'm off tangent here. So we have the sample freebie, we have the problem creation freebie. Then number three, we have the case study freebie. A case study is so powerful because it combines valuable educational information with proof. Okay, so I do these all the time. You folks have probably seen me do like these interviews with clients where I'm basically like, last week I did an interview with our client Eric, and I shared with all of you folks. And if you need the replay of this, by the way, you can comment down below the word like interview or whatever it is. And I shared with how we took Eric from $15,000 a month all the way up to $60,000 a month. And I shared the exact process. I shared about how we helped him hire these team members. I shared then how we optimized his webinar and his workshops. I talked about how we helped him hire a closer. I literally step by step by step showed all of you how he took his business and basically more than 400% growth over the course of working with us. And this was an amazing way where people were learning. They were learning about business building, about strategy, about systems, but they were also getting the proof of like, holy shit, working with Ruben is a fantastic idea. I should work with Ruben as well. So a case study is such an amazing way to do this because basically like people are raising their hand saying like, give that to me, and you're giving them basically a testimonial. It's fantastic. So a case study freebie is a great way of doing it, where basically they get behind the scenes of someone else going through your program, what worked well for them, so that they have clarity. Because a lot of people, they're like, I don't know if I want to buy into that program because I don't know what it would look like for me to work with them. Like, I don't know, like, what would they help me with, or what kind of clarity do I need to buy from them? A case study solves that so well, okay? So that's the third type of freebie. By the way, is this making sense so far? Go ahead, comment down below if it's making sense. I want to make sure that it is. See if anyone has any of the questions on here that I have not gone to yet. If not, that is totally okay. Is it making sense? Fantastic. So the last type of freebie, okay, the last type of freebie for all of you folks is basically a problem-aware freebie. What does this mean? A problem-aware freebie is a freebie that when someone goes through it, they're more aware of a problem. A great example of this is a quiz, right? So I could create a quiz being like, hey, take this quiz to see why your business isn't growing past 10K months. Or like, take this quiz to figure out why your audience isn't growing quicker. You take the quiz and then it spits out, hey, this and this and this and this and this isn't working very well for you right now. It's basically like shining a light or shining like a microscope on your problem through like a quiz or something to that degree. And this is a great type of freebie because a lot of people are trying to figure out, why am I not getting the results I'm looking for? Like, why am I stuck? Why am I not further ahead? And so if you can be like, hey, take this quiz, or like, hey, I'll do like a free audit of your, like I do this on Instagram. I do like, hey, I'm going to do a free Instagram audit and show you a couple of things that are going wrong. And people are like, yeah, show me what I'm doing wrong. And I go show them and they're like, oh yeah, I really need help with that. It's a problem aware freebie. Okay. All of these lead to people going from that slow lane to we start to shift to the fast lane. Okay, so this is really important for all of you to understand. These freebies are so powerful. Now, actually, I haven't even asked you the question: who is using freebies right now, and how is it going? Comment down below if you are yes, and how it's going. If you're not using them, comment down below the word no. But I'm going to be reaching out to you folks to make sure that you are starting to use it because it's such an important strategy. So freebies are going to be that magical thing that's going to turn a lot of your leads into clients. And actually, it's so funny. A lot of the people who come to work with us at CCI, they're like, Ruben, it was so simple what you taught me. Like you and your team, like this, we call it the CCI way, right? Trying to and not well. Okay, well, we can fix that, Sonia. A lot of the clients come to us, they're like, wow, it was so simple how Ruben and his team, we went through the CCI way, we went through the loop method, and it's very simple, but it works, right? Eliza says, no, that's okay. We can work on that. Now, let me walk you through how to create a freebie, okay? The first thing is just do some market research, okay? Take some market research and go and ask your audience, hey, I'm thinking of creating this, this, or this, right? Come up with 3 options, 3 good guesses of like what your audience would want. Think about their biggest pain points, their biggest struggles, the biggest things they want to achieve. and go ask your audience what they would like to see. See what people even want. A lot of you think, oh, they will want X, Y, and Z. But the truth is, you don't know until you ask them. So don't create a freebie and then see if they want it. See if they want something and then create it. Okay, I do this all the time. Literally the other week, I was just like, I'm thinking about running this workshop or this workshop. Which one should I run? So guess what I did? I messaged 100 people, and guess what? I had a clear answer that people wanted this workshop way more than they wanted the other workshop. So I was like, fantastic, I'm going to go do this workshop, right? So give the people what they want. It's very simple. So first do some market research. Then the second thing is go and create a freebie. Most freebies are either going to be written, so textual, or they're going to be video based, or they're going to be audio based. Okay. Now, sometimes you'll actually a good idea is actually to sometimes create it in multiple formats, because some people in the morning, guess what? They like to listen to podcasts. Some people, they like to read books. Sometimes people want to watch YouTube videos. People like to digest content in different ways. So if you want the most amount of people in your audience to digest your content, you actually should have the different formats. And so the way that I do that, if you're wanting to do all formats, is I would shoot a video for your freebie, and then you can get artificial intelligence, AI, to turn it into a PDF and also into an audio format so that you have all three, but you only have to record it once. Make it simple for yourself, okay? Now, the next thing that you need to do is you've created something, but now you need to name it. The name of a freebie is actually just as important as the subject matter. So after you've got okay, this is the type of freebie I want to create, do market research again. Ask your audience, okay, I'm going to create a resource on this topic. I'm thinking of calling it this, this, or this. Which one would you most likely want? And again, ask their feedback, because I could create a PDF on how to get more clients. I could call it how to get more clients for your coaching business, or I could call it how to attract high ticket premium buyers, or I could call it how to quickly scale a profitable business. I could call it a couple different things, but guess what? One of those is going to perform better than the others. And so go ask your audience, because there's so many times I've created a freebie that people wanted, and I just named it the wrong thing. And no one wanted it. No one wanted it. And then I just changed the name of it and people wanted it. Okay. So make sure that the name and the subject matter are both tested from your audience. Okay. So, and I feel like these trainings that I'm doing, are you keeping up? Comment down below yes if you're keeping up so far today. I know that I go through so much so quickly. If you're not taking notes, it's probably going to be hard to keep up. Are you keeping up? Comment down below yes. I know we're just going through a ton of stuff here today. We are? Okay, fantastic, folks. Fantastic. So with the freebies, now I want to go through how do you actually market these, okay? So there's three main ways that you're going to market this. There's a fourth additional bonus way if you want, but there's three main ways that you're going to market your freebies. The first is what we call basically passive placement, okay? Comment down below passive placement, okay? Passive placement is basically you should have your social media. If you have a website, you can use it. If you don't have a website, don't create a website just for this. But passive placement is basically how do you go about and just get your freebies up so that if people come and search your stuff, that they'll see it. So passive placement could be in your bio on Instagram, like DM me this word for this freebie. It could be a passive placement could be if people go to your website that there's a freebie there. It could also be like a pinned post on Instagram or Facebook. It could be in the highlight section of your Instagram, right? Just somewhere where it's passive, where you have it up there, and that if new followers come in, some of them might comment on it, or they might DM you this word, or they might go to your website and download it. So have the passive placement set up properly. So that's the first thing. Okay, now the second thing that you can do is what we call active promotion of your freebies. You should be promoting your freebies in your content, your active content, 2 to 3 times per week. Okay, no less. It should be 2 to 3 times per week. And if you're using Instagram stories are a powerful way of doing it, but you should be doing it 2 to 3 times a week, promoting something free. And if you're not, you're missing out on so many leads. That's crazy. So promoting it 2 to 3 times, It can be short form content, it can be video, it can be written, it can be carousels, it can be stories. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. I'm not going to dive into all the specific ways. Basically, the name of the game is just go out there and freaking promote it, okay? So you're going to go up and promote it in that way. The third way that you can get your freebies out there is when you're having conversations with prospects or with leads. It is such the perfect thing to go ahead and get these people a freebie while you're having a conversation with them. Definitely don't do that. Yeah, folks, we need to be doing this, okay? And the funny thing is it's actually not even really promotion because it's honestly giving people value. So the third way you're getting out there is through conversation. If you're having conversation with a lead, and if they're talking about their goals or your struggles, ask them if you can send them one of your freebies in the midst of that conversation. I often say freebies like this are a lubricant to conversations. Like it makes the resistance way less. It makes the conversations go a lot smoother. And you're getting these people warmed up to who you are, what you do, and they're much more likely to buy from you. So get them out in conversations. And then the fourth kind of like bonus way of getting them out, and this is a little bit more advanced for when you're already making a couple $1,000s a month and you want to kind of blow past 10K, 20K months, is we sometimes will do some extra like paid kind of marketing with some of your free stuff to just get more audience coming in. So there's a couple different ways to do that. By the way, folks, if you have questions on this, you can comment them down below while I'm doing this. I want to make sure that I'm answering all your questions here today. So the last thing that I wanted to walk all of you through, will you suggest something says a simple drive link in our email sign up always? That's a great question. I mean, obviously, long-term email is a good idea. But for a lot of people, in my opinion, if you're making less than like a full-time income, if you're making like less than $6,000 a month, an email list is not going to change your life right now, but just getting more value pieces out there and taking messy action will. So usually I'm like, email list is great down the road. It's not as important right now. Okay. That's just my personal take on the situation. So usually like whether it's a drive link or a YouTube link to a video or like a PDF that you have, like a PDF file, whatever it is, that's where I'd probably start if I were you. So anyways, the last piece that I wanted to walk you through is just some key metrics to understand how many value pieces or freebies you need to get out to hit a certain level in business, okay? Now, I'm gonna give you some averages from the clients that we have worked with. So it's an average. Some people do more than this, some people do less than this, okay? I'm just giving you the average, so if it doesn't work out perfectly for you, you can't come here and blame me because it's an average, okay? So YouTube links, yeah, exactly. So the average person with a good value piece, if you send out 10 value pieces, can get one client. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. The average coach that we work with, if they get out 10, and I'm talking about really good value pieces, 10 value pieces out to good quality leads, can get one client. Okay? The average entrepreneur that we work with, the business owners that we work with, who are on average doing $10,000 a month, they're usually getting out around 25 to 30 new freebies per week. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. The average entrepreneur, business owner that we work with who's doing $10,000 a month is on average getting out 25 to 30 freebies per week. Okay, that doesn't mean you have to get out 25 different freebies. It could be the same freebie to 25 different people. Okay, so it's just 25 leads are getting a freebie. Now, maybe for some of you that sounds like a lot. Maybe for some of you that doesn't sound like a lot. It frankly isn't that crazy amount of people. It's like 5-6 people a day, right? That's like one person every hour and a half in your workday getting a freebie from you. It's not crazy actually when you think about it. And so that's what the average people have to do KPI wise to grow their businesses. And most entrepreneurs who are doing around the $10,000 a month, they'll usually have 3 to 5 really good freebies that they're kind of recycling and reusing, okay? And then as they advance, a lot of them will start to do like workshops and challenges where you can do more of like one session to many people at the same time. So that's usually how we're operating with this. Now, if we go to the next level, so like let's say I interviewed my client last week, Eric, who's now doing close to $70,000 a month. He's getting out a lot of freebies, okay? So he on his end of thing, he's usually getting out more like 100 to 150 freebies per week, right? So he's getting out way more. So he's getting out, like I said, like 5 to 6 times the amount of the average person. but he's also making 5 to 6 times the amount as like someone doing 10K a month. He's doing 60 grand a month, right? So these numbers actually stack on each other. And that's the beautiful thing of like when we work with people anyways, is like we start with like, hey, you want to get to $10,000 a month? Let's start with the right strategy for that. Then let's keep on expounding upon it. Let's add in these complementary or these amplification systems to allow you to keep on growing and scaling things. Okay. So that's how to use freebies, folks. That's why freebies are important. Those are the different types of freebies that I talked about. I talked a little bit about how to create a freebie. I talked a little bit about how you need to get them out. Passive placement versus promoting with content versus promoting in conversation, maybe a little bit of paid traffic. And those are the KPIs. Now, after watching this, how many of you know that you either need to be using freebies better or you just need to be using them, period? Comment down below, yes, if that is you. Because for most entrepreneurs, this is one of the main unlocks to get them past 6 figures and starting to get them closer to $20,000 a month. And so if that is something that you're not doing it or you're doing it, but you haven't figured it out yet, this is the next system, okay? This is going to be absolutely critical. More important than a lot of the other stuff that people say is important, okay? This has a true, basically apples to apples, you do X amount at a good quality, you get this type of result. Not a lot of stuff does that in business. That's why I always like to find the pieces of business that are going to get you the best results the quickest. Okay, folks? So that being said, that's all I wanted to come on here and train with you folks today. Now, here's the truth. I want to actually be helping you entrepreneurs get to those 10K months and beyond so that you can be a real business owner. You can be really doing this. So for the next week, I'm actually doing a little bit of a special here at CCI for people who want to join our programs. And so if you do want to hear what it looks like for you to work with us, you can go ahead and comment down the word call down below. I want you to chat with our team so we can take a deep dive and figure out how we can support you and to share with you kind of what we're doing right now. It's a bit special so that it's easier for you to work with us to get these results. So comment down below the word call if that is you. I need to go through my videos and get them on YouTube and then have the links super handy and organized. For sure, that's a fantastic way of doing it, Sonia. So that being said, folks, please reach out if we can support you with this. We want to install these systems that are working for our clients already into your business so that it's easier for you. You don't have to like second guess how you should do it. You're just doing it right from the get-go. That way, it's easier for you, it's simpler, and you start to help more people in the process. So that being said, folks, I need to run to another meeting. It's been a busy day. Also, it's a beautiful day out there. So we might get out there later today for a little bit of a walk. So enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'm excited to chat with a couple of you who are wanting to take that next step in your business. So comment down below the word call for that. And we'll see you folks in the next one.